Yeah, just by way of comment and to your question, Tim, and then maybe just a response from Tim or somebody else. So I teach philosophy in schools. I love when students are saying, I feel.
Yeah, right.
And one of the reasons, it's very similar to what Laura was suggesting. There's a slipperiness about language. Mm-hmm. There might even be a slipperiness about your own commitment to your position. There's a slipperiness about engaging in a conversation with people and being interpreted correctly. Maybe to charitably understand what they're doing a better job of that, understanding those kinds of things than modern academic philosophers are. Which is to say,
right.
Yeah, so like determining that language picks out certain things and picks them out well enough such that there's no misunderstanding between you and I. Maybe they understand through an appreciation of social media and things like that, that language is a little bit more slippery.
Can I clarify? This is interesting. What you mean by the slipperiness? Do you mean there's a certain vagueness about a concept that admits various different interpretations and you don't want to speak in such a way that commits us to a particular interpretation? Or are you saying that you're allowing a kind of a social discussion to go on to hash out a concept rather than settling on it from the beginning? Or are you talking about something different?
Both.
Whoa. So I find that really interesting, right? Because I think that's a healthy thing, is to allow. Certainly when you chuck an idea out there, one of the first philosophical kinds of things that you do, the Socratic dialectic, is to look at the assumptions and the definitions and let's see if we can unpack what we're even talking about. And, Socrates got nowhere with that, but at least maybe we'll get somewhere.
I thought he got pretty far, yeah.
Do we know what courage is yet? I'm still working on that. So when the think and feel thing, how do you see the feel thing as being productive to that, given my concern that feel makes it harder to have that discussion about what are we talking about rather than easier?
I'll make this the last comeback and then so we can go to the last,
to unfortunately sling your arrow back at you, to do the harder thing. You said reasoning's hard. It's going to be harder to unpack or to engage in a philosophical dialogue with people when concepts, language is hazy and when ideas are slippery. So we're just going to have to do that.
See, I'd shoot that back at you and say making feel is easier. To say I feel this is true is easier because you immunise yourself. To say I think sticks your neck out and exposes yourself to criticism.
Surely
okay, thanks.
We need both thinking and feeling.
We'll take this as a...
We need commitment. I think that's the thing,
isn't it? Commitment, okay.